Hello everybody, my name is Starrapter and welcome to the channel. It's super exciting because we just got a bunch of new Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker photos, courtesy of Vanity Fair. There was also this great article written by Lev Grossman, and the photos were taken by Annie Leibovitz. So this first picture here is actually the cover, and it is Rey, of course, and as we see here, she has her staff. She is in the same kind of costume pretty much that we see her in from The Force Awakens. Some great details about her from the articles. She's basically almost completed her training. It's about a year after the events of The Last Jedi. So comparing this to Luke's journey in Return of the Jedi, it almost seems like she's kind of paralleling that in a way, because Luke, in between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, was kind of on his own. He was the last Jedi, had to kind of train himself. So it seems like Rey could be on a very similar journey there. The next picture here is of Kylo Ren. Man, Adam Driver looks fierce. I cannot wait to see him in action. This planet that he is on is called Pasaana, a brand new desert planet. Looking at the next photo here, we have, John Boyega, Chewbacca, we have C-3PO, and we have Rey. They are preparing for a chase scene, so that is going to be interesting. And that does carry through into this next picture. I love seeing his behind the scenes photos of, how they make the speeders look realistic. Yeah, I mean, they're obviously on part of a car and they're just dragging it through the desert. Really interesting thing to note about this desert is they had to create their own roads just to get out to this remote location in Jordan. So yeah, and when it comes to Star Wars, they want to make these places look as alien and as possible, so they have to go all the way out there. So it looks like C-3PO is going to have a big part in this movie for sure. Anthony Daniels at Celebration had a lot to say about him. In this image, we have a bunch of new aliens that are indigenous to this planet of Pasaana, and they are called the Aki-Aki, so it's always great to get these new aliens in Star Wars. Here we have it, guys. The Knights of Ren. I'm so excited to see these guys. I can't wait to see them fight. It's like move over Praetorian Guards. These guys are the real deal. Hopefully they're not thrown away. Hopefully these guys have a lot to do in this movie because they were hinted at in The Force Awakens. We even seen images of them in Rey's vision, but they never even were mentioned in The Last Jedi. These are the enforcers of Kylo Ren. I love how their costumes call back to Kylo Ren's costumes for sure. And these guys look like absolute badasses. I mean, look at their weapons. The guy's got a gun that's attached to his arm. The other guy has a gigantic axe. The other guy has this mace type thing. It looks like we could see about 5 of them. There could be more, but I want to see how these guys are factoring into the story. It looks like they could be on Pasaana as well. It seems like most of this movie, or a lot of this movie, just from the pictures, is going to be on this planet. We've seen that same planet in the actual trailer in the beginning with Rey, with the TIE Interceptor flying across the ground. So are these guys going to go against the First Order? Is Kylo Ren going to splinter from the First Order and have these guys as sort of his workforce to get through what he needs to do for his mission, his personal mission, whatever that may be? I don't know, but I just got to see these guys fight. They have such a reputation built up kind of already as being badasses, so let's see them fight. This is a great shot of just the Falcon, and we have characters in here that have been in here before, but other characters have not been in here before. So we have, Lando. Seeing him in this shot, I mean, Billy D. Williams, come on. I mean, we've been waiting for this for such a long time. Seeing Chewie in there is great. We even see that new droid Dio, and it's really fascinating that Poe Dameron is in the Falcon, because we know Poe Dameron is the best freaking pilot in the galaxy. I mean, doing all those crazy maneuvers with his Black One X-Wing T-70 fighter in The Force Awakens, and seeing him in the comics doing some crazy stunts. I cannot wait to see, hopefully, Poe Dameron actually pilot the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. Here we have a brand new character, and this is Allegiant General Pryde, alongside, of course, General Armitage Hux. And, well, the First Order is in a very interesting place at the end of The Last Jedi. We have Kylo Ren, who becomes the Supreme Leader. So what happens with General Hux? Because that was always a point after watching The Last Jedi. I felt like the First Order could splinter and it could go either way. it could be either Kylo Ren leading it, and the other half is led by General Hux. But now it's interesting because now we see this very important character played by Richard E. Grant that is portraying General Pride. So what is his role? What is an Allegiant general, first off? Is that like a higher ranking than just a normal general? Guys, let me know in the comment section below. As far as military, I'm not even sure if that's just a made-up term just for Star Wars or whatever, but we do know that Hux had a father, Brendel Hux, who was leading most of the First Order when he was alive. So where's this guy coming in all the play? We know the First Order is hugely spread out across the galaxy at this point, especially within a year after the events of what happened with The Last Jedi. We gotta assume that they really have a lot of power at this point. So what does it play in with them? Also, it's worth noting in the article is mentioned that we find out how the First Order came to power. And that is a story that I've been highly fascinated by, reading books like Star Wars Aftermath and different things like Phasma and different books like that have kind of delved lightly into the origins of the First Order, but we haven't really seen what they've been up to in the meat of that 30-year gap between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. Like, has there been an unknown threat in the unknown regions that they've been fighting? Why have they been biding their time for so long? What is their ultimate goal? Like, I want to learn more about the First Order, so hopefully in this last installment of the sequel trilogy, we'll definitely learn more about that. This is a great picture to just remind us of the great John Williams having this be his last Star Wars movie that he will be doing the score for, and just seeing that image of Carrie Fisher as General Leia looks like it's something from The Force Awakens, the same kind of outfit that she has towards the end. Just something that, I love hearing the scores of John Williams. They make Star Wars. So seeing if he makes up new themes, I think it was reported recently that he has done already about 25 minutes of the score. So hearing that come together in the end, bringing up the themes for these characters, maybe some new characters have different themes. I cannot wait to listen to this music. Here is another new character played by Kerry Russell. This is Zoe Bliss, and she is seen in the Thieves' Quarter of the snow-dusted world of Kijimi. And she is a scoundrel of some sorts. And I love this costume, man. This costume is reminiscent for me between like Zam Wesell with the kind of violet hue to her clothing, but across with kind of little elements of Boba Fett or a gunslinger. Because look at that belt. That's pretty awesome. Those types of very ornate armor, very ornate weapons. In a trailer, we do see a ship flying to what could be Kijimi, because it looked like it was a snowy world. Is this what it all seems to be, or is she really a gunslinger, or is she something more? Why is she wearing a helmet? Is there a connection to another character that we don't know of? Is she related to Luke even? Like who is she? And what is her purpose in this story? Why are they going to this planet? Is she kind of like a character sort of like DJ, where they have to go and find this character because she'll ultimately help them help the resistance get to something, or get to some asset that they need to get to, and she only knows how to get there? Where is she going to fit into the story? Will she have any action parts? It's going to be interesting to see it, because this is a brand new planet as well that we've never seen in Star Wars. This shot is awesome. So another new character played by Nami Aoki, and her character is a character of Jannah. So we are on this world that looks very similar to the world we've seen in the teaser trailer, which I think it could be Endor, because this looks like the same exact planet where everybody's standing and they're seeing the remains of the Death Star 2, it looks like. So they are on these types of animals called Ortax, and I love the designs. Now we don't have just 5 years, but we have these Ortax as well. I love the idea that they're going against the mechanized forces of the First Order. So this to me really brings another callback to Return of the Jedi, because the whole big deal of that movie was like with the Ewoks, nature versus technologically advanced foes. So are we going to get the same kind of thing here? I love how she has a bow and arrow. I just love the costume design, very rustic. I love seeing Finn on there with the gun, and he has the white version of the Ortac, and I cannot wait to see this battle. I think this could be the climactic battle, because then you look onto this next image, and this is just epic. We have Kylo Ren, Rey in a rematch on top of what looks like it could be remains of the Death Star 2. I'm kind of speculating because they're in this water environment this could be, in the same action set piece where you have Finn and Jenna taking on the First Order, and Kylo and Rey, they're fighting on the damaged Death Star. They have to get something where the Emperor is going to come into play, so they're fighting it out. Just this shot looks amazing with all the water just flying around and just the glow of the lightsabers. Like, oh man, this is going to be one hell of a scene. I cannot wait. And the last shot here is just mind-blowing. We have Luke Skywalker with R2-D2. So, real quick, I mean, maybe this is before they added the ghostness to Mark Hamill and made him a Force ghost. Or maybe he has learned some way to rise up from the dead. I mean, it's called the Rise of Skywalker. Maybe it literally means that Luke Skywalker comes back from the dead. And if that's the case, then I don't know why they would have put this picture out, because it would be a huge spoiler. But maybe he can manifest himself in a even more powerful way than Yoda. Instead of, Yoda did actually look pretty real for the most part in The Last Jedi, as far as like not seeming like he was too much of a ghost. So maybe Luke has taken that to the next level and really enhanced his ability. Again, it's only been a year, so maybe he can learn that quickly how to do this. And why is the background in flames? Like, this kind of reminds me of like, oh, his old Jedi temple burning, but his appearance right there looks like he did in The Last Jedi at the end. So what is the significance of this? This is a big deal. And also revealed inside of this is that the sources close to the movie are saying that Skywalker will bring a long last conflict that is millennia long between a Jedi and its daring shadow, the Sith. So, yes, this is the conclusion to the Skywalker saga, and that has to do with the Sith as well. So, big ramifications happening towards the end of this movie. I cannot wait. What do you guys have to say about all these awesome images that we got from Vanity Fair? We are in the end game now, guys. Pretty soon we'll have a behind the scenes featurette, which we did get a 1-minute one for this, but I'm talking about like the fully fledged Lucasfilm revealed ones we'll probably get at Comic-Con or D23, and then we'll get one full trailer, and that'll be it to hold us over into December. Of course, we'll get all those awesome tie-in books and comics. So yeah, it's going to be a great wait for the Rise of Skywalker. So if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. I talk about Star Wars every single week. So if you like my input on this content, make sure you go ahead and support the channel simply by subscribing. That is going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.